Hello, I am Hunter Markward. We are here today with the great Dan Lemeshev for another CCM talk. So, Dan, I'm excited to have you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How you feeling?
Good.
You getting ready to rock and roll?
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to start with, I don't think it's politically correct to talk about ages, but you're young and you crush it.
Thank you, sir.
So, like, how do you deal with that? I mean, you're under 30, you're closing a couple $100 million a year in loans. How do you deal with the stress of that?
I like to call it the triple C's. I stay cool, calm, and collective.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm also really fortunate to have a really great support system from the top down. I have the best parents. They're still willing to give me an ass kicking. Just had one on Thursday when I'm in the wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
So, okay, so we talk about top down. I mean, we do have to, so your dad is Glenn.
Yes.
Our chief revenue officer, friend of mine, total pain in the ass. Would you agree or no? Who do you love more, your mom or your dad?
Oh, I can't answer that.
You have to.
I love them both equally.
Equally.
Yeah.
Like 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom might get mad about that, but yeah.
For sure, I guarantee she will. In all truth and sincerity, with your dad, I've gotten to know him a lot over the last couple of years. What's the biggest lesson that you've taken from him? I'm sure there's multiple, but I mean, if you had to pick, pick a couple. I mean, with what he's done for production, what has he taught you?
I mean, it goes way back. I was probably, all the kids were probably going to summer camp. I was in the booster seat in the back of the car going to the office.
Mortgage camp?
Yeah, mortgage camp. So there isn't like any one thing on the mortgage side of things that he instilled in me. I mean, that's just been a lifelong journey. But I would say the bigger picture has probably just been being a good, genuine person, being a nice person, being trustworthy, and ultimately being hardworking. That kind of just translates into the mortgage space, and it really helps me navigate, especially with our referral sources and building the business.
I love that. Do you talk to him daily?
I try to, but he doesn't usually answer my calls. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, he calls me back. It's just a few hours later.
It's brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. If you're talking to other LOs right now, like what do you think? I think it's an important question for people that are trying to get into our business. What would you tell, like, if you had to talk to people about like 2 to 3 things that you need to be thinking, like if you were talking to my sons about getting into the business, what would you tell them that they need to prepare for?
Especially at CCM, I would say emphasize the tech component. Because, I mean, we have the tools at our fingertips to really take our business to the next level, whether you're a guy doing $300 million a year or you're a guy just starting out. I mean, between LO1, Cube, you name it, the technology components streamline our business and create so much structure that it allows us to actually, go from being a 200 million guy to a 250 guy, and then hopefully next year a $300 million guy. Really, I'm on a lot of different pilot components because, I mean, as we all know, AI is going to be taking over everything.
Yeah.
And in our industry, it's probably going to eliminate a lot of positions, but there's always going to be the need for a salesperson. So it's going to be key to implement AI back into our business to kind of streamline the process and ultimately stay ahead of not only every other company, but every other LO.
So combination of tech and sales skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Yep.
As far as relationships, like, do you still believe in needing to develop realtor relationships?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So.
And if you, like, what do you think, because I almost feel like, I mean, I totally agree on the AI. I mean, obviously, it's like if you're not talking about AI, you're kind of an idiot probably. Yeah. But in general, I'm also feeling like people, like clients, realtors, they're actually looking for human interaction.
Yeah.
Again, like it's like to me, it's shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
With the amount of relationships that you've developed, like what would you say are the primary focuses for you on developing realtor relationships?
Since day one, we do everything, like everything has been back to the basics no matter how much volume we've done. So whether we're dealing with a realtor that does 3 deals a year or a realtor does 100 deals a year, we're calling them on every single transaction. First and foremost, we're thanking them for the referral, but we're being extremely transparent with them. We're letting them know where we are in the process. Hey, appraisal came in, commitment came in. We're keeping them up to date with every step of the way. And then
Proactively.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're being super proactive. The realtors that aren't referring us the business, let's just say they're on the listing side of things, we're still calling them and we're still giving them updates every step of the way, because the key there is they will see how streamlined and efficient our process is. But if we're staying in front of them, chances are on their next transaction, they'll probably give us a shot. And if they don't, at least we'll be in front of them to the point where when we actually close, we can kind of set up a conversation and talk about next steps.
Do you think other loan officers are proactive in their communication?
No. And I think that's allowed us to pick up a lot of market share.
It's the most simple thing. It's unbelievable
Yeah.
to me, right? I mean, it's like people could be watching us right now being like, duh.
Yeah.
But I'll bet if 100 loan officers were watching, I'll bet 90 of them don't make proactive calls during a transaction.
Yep, and I would say a significant part of our business is past client referrals, and we're doing the same exact thing with our clients. Even if they're proactive with sending us documents and they're kind of leading the way and getting an earlier closing date, I mean, we still want to let them know exactly what happens next each stage
Yeah.
of the process.
I love it.
Yeah.
People talk about like morning routines, like what keeps you motivated every day? Do you have any burnout? Like I mean, I won't say your age. I'm 51.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like people are like, do you ever get burnout on what you do? And the
No.
answer is, for me, it's occasionally, but zero burnout.
Yeah, I don't burn out. I have a rock star team around me. I'm lucky enough to work with my best friend, Rob. Known him since we were 5. He helps me run the business. And I've got my other right hand, Esther, who joined the team 5 years ago, and I feel like we've worked together our entire lives, and they mutually have the same exact drive, hustle. They're in there with me at 7 in the morning, and they're in there with me some nights at 10 o'clock at night. And that trickles all the way down to our ops team. I mean, they have 20 years plus in the industry. There's things that we haven't seen that they've probably seen a million times over. So there's nothing you can really throw at us that we haven't seen before and we can't conquer.
I love that.
Yeah.
Literally, like I do think about like my own sons, right? Like if you were giving them advice on getting into the business, first of all, would you tell them to get into the business?
Yeah, it's a great business. I think the business is starting to transition to basically loan officers that understand the tech component, like we were talking about earlier. I think those that don't understand it are kind of get phased out.
Yeah.
And it's going to allow the new LOs to kind of put things in gear and lead the way.
What do you think about being a technician or a salesperson? I mean, you should hopefully have both, but
Yeah.
which one? I'm just curious. Like, what do you think is more important?
If you are really good at one, then you need to get somebody else that's really good at the other.
love that.
And I think that's the cool thing about our team is I've got guys around me that are, lean towards one side of things, but really we kind of equalize each other.
What side are you more towards?
I think I'm a little of both. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I can tell you pretty much 80% of any guideline, but I'm also really involved with every single client we work with and every single realtor we work with.
What would be, like, as far as the team is, like, if I went out and interviewed your top 10 referral partners,
Yeah.
what would they say about the team?
They would hopefully say we're really structured. There's an SOP for every single process. And they see that because we have drip campaigns that go out automatically, and they usually beat us to the phone calls. So before we even have a chance to pick up the phone, they get a text, they get an email, and they know exactly what happened. They know their appraisal's been completed. They know that we're clear to close 20 days before the estimated closing date. So I think they would say that we're really transparent. We're very available. They can call us 10 o'clock on a Sunday and somebody's going to answer the phone.
I so don't want to tell everybody this because I'm going to get other loan officers pissed off at me, but I referred you a deal
You did.
on whatever Thursday. You responded in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think like the concept of a speed of the lead is massively important, and you guys do that. I mean,
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching my dad take, calls at my baseball game. There wasn't a time where
Yeah.
he would pass on a lead.
All this stuff is off script, but you take over your dad's business, right?
Yeah.
My dad was in the industry too, so like you could probably, when I was your age, I had a chip on my shoulder about being bigger, better than my dad. You've grown the business since your dad has left and turned into the CRO, you've grown the business more.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? I mean, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. Like, what do you think allowed you to do that? Because I think it's important. I think we're also going through a transition for other loan officers that are watching this, like where people are either going into retirement, you're trying to bring someone up to take over what you've created, and to do that successfully, to me, it's close to. It seems like it's impossible.
Yeah.
What did you do? Like, how did you grow it instead of just? I mean, it could have died off. It grew.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, I would say it probably started out with me having a chip on my shoulder. Obviously, I knew that there were going to be a lot of doubters, a lot of people that thought that I took the easy route. Before I was able to even prove it to myself, I wanted to prove it to others.
Yeah.
Once I was able to actually show them, hey, look, I'm still here, I'm still in the top 10, now it's time to prove it to myself. Like, I'm the son of 2 immigrants, and my parents sacrificed a lot for me to be here, and my dad sacrificed a lot to put himself into the position he is. So now it's kind of time for me to just, I've shown the company that I can kind of maintain.
Yeah.
Now I have to show it to myself and the rest of my team that are behind me every single step of the way, that, hey, 7's been great, number 6 has been great, but let's get number 1.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Is there a chip on your shoulders? I have one. I mean, I still have one. I mean, at 51, I still have one.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'll have it until I'm, in first
Maybe
place.
50, maybe 50. Dan, I've getting to know you over the last few years. I mean, you're a special human. I think you're doing great freaking work, and you should be proud of yourself. And you are standing on your own, and it's impressive with what you've done. So I think you're literally. I would end this like, if you look at with what. If you called I will call you a person at CCM that people should want to emulate. What would you say to new up-and-comers on their mindset in the future with our business? I know that's kind of a big question, but what would it be? You've got other LOs listening to this right now. Like, what would you tell them? Like, as far as keeping their head in the game?
Yeah, I mean, just don't get discouraged. I mean, we're in a market where we're shopped on just about every single deal, and it's, without saying, extremely discouraging when you run 10 different loan comparisons and issue 10 different pre-approvals on a deal, and then they come to you and they're like, hey, we're actually a private client at, so-and-so bank, and they're giving us a quarter discount. Great, move on to the next one. Don't let it discourage you. Just keep it moving, keep hustling, find another referral source, get more loans to close, and it'll all feel better. And
more leads solve all problems.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep, just keep it moving.
I love it.
On to the next one.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate your time, brother.
Of course.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.